this is Shauna at Go Healthy Living, certified nutrition and wellness coach. We're going to be making chia seed pudding today. This is a great breakfast or snack. It's going to give you a lot of energy. It's going to give you a lot of omega-3s, especially if you are a vegetarian or vegan and you are not eating your fatty fish, your salmon, your sardines, your things that are going to get you omega-3s. So, I'm not a baker and I hate to measure. So if you love measuring, you can look up chia seed pudding recipes and get very exact results. But I don't know if you're like me in the kitchen, I rarely measure. I just throw things in, it's fast, and I'm not the type for precision. So what you're gonna wanna do is take jars. Now you always see on like Pinterest and stuff, these big mason jars, that's a lot of food. So I usually use up like little homemade jam type jars. If you have any kind of little preserves or something, it's usually what I'm doing is something that's a little more reasonable for you to eat. Because remember, like the chia seed little pets where they sprout up, chia seeds are gonna swell in your stomach. So you're not gonna wanna eat a ton of them, okay? So first of all, it's a very inexpensive healthy snack too, because we're eating this bag here, like at Costco is like $6-7, and we're talking a 3-pound bag. So this is going to be very inexpensive because we're only going to use a couple of tablespoons a morning or afternoon for snack. This is going to give you a boost of energy if you're not feeling great. So first, get yourself some chia seeds. If you can, look for that little USDA organic. If you can, use organic. Okay, it's a little bit more money, but then you're not going to have all those GMOs, glyphosate, chemicals. So if you can see, it's only a couple tablespoons, like just about a quarter of your jar. This is really going to be a preference. If you want it thicker, you're going to put more. If you want it thinner, you're going to put less. So you do want to kind of play around with the recipe. What milk you use changes things too. So we use non-dairy milks in the house, and I like the Silk brand for a couple of reasons. They have non-GMO, in the grocery store, it's on sale, and there's 0 sugars. So there's less sugar actually than dairy milk. But the coconut milk, this is a little bit of a waterier consistency. So if you want thicker, like a pudding type chia seed, you're gonna go with oat milk because it's more grainy. So anytime you want more thicker alternative plant milks, you wanna go like with an oat. Or if you don't have a nut allergy, you might want to use an almond milk. So this guy also has 0 sugar, less than dairy milk even. And again, in our home we have some dairy allergies, and for inflammation, we don't really eat dairy. So for purposes today, I use the almond, but I tend to rotate between these. If you have allergies in your family, rotating your food is better anyway, so your body doesn't see the same food every day. So, one day you use coconut, one day you use oat, one day you use almond or rice milk if you have a nut allergy, and then rotate it back again. Okay, so I just filled it up, probably like almost to a quarter of the cup, okay? You're gonna shake up your milk, and you're gonna pour it, but remember, this is gonna swell, so you need to not go all the way to the top, okay? You also might want to add like berries and stuff on top, so you don't want to swell. Now I'm going to add some cinnamon. Cinnamon, there is no sugar in this anyway, okay, but cinnamon does take down sugars. If you want to sweeten it, it's going to help your body metabolize the sugar, but cinnamon's just great for you. And again, we're going organic if we can. It's like $1 more difference on some of these less expensive stuff. If you want it to be a savory experience that's not sweet, you're going to use an unsweetened milk. You might put turmeric or some, Indian spices and make it more of a savory snack. If you want it to be a sweet breakfast, we might sweeten it with just a little bit of maple syrup. So as you can see, I don't measure. I just give a little swig. You're going to stir, and you're going to see that your chia seed makes like little clumps that it kind of gets stuck together. So you do need to kind of like if you've ever taken a homemade nut butter and had to stir it at the beginning, the oil separates. You're gonna, you just have to stir it a little bit. It's gonna look really watery, and you're not gonna obviously eat it today. So this is something that you're gonna do, the night before, or if you're meal planning for the week, it's gonna last a couple days. You're gonna make a couple of these, ahead of time. So we put about a quarter of the jar was this chia seeds, then about 3/4 was the milk, and we're gonna leave room for this to expand, or if we wanna put berries on top, okay? So all I did was the chia seeds, some plant-based milk, a little bit of cinnamon, a little bit of maple syrup. If you don't want it sweet, you could add a turmeric and some spices and make it a savory one, okay? Then we're gonna leave it overnight in the fridge, and when we get back, it's gonna be this, it doesn't look good, but it tastes good. Okay, it's like a really congealed mixture that's really gonna fill you up. Okay, so it takes, if you have texture issues, this is probably not the healthy omega-3 snack for you. I actually like it a lot, but it's probably also because I know it's so good for me. And then, you know, you might be gonna take some berries. So you might put some strawberries or blueberries. The reason you also don't wanna fill all the way is because if you're taking this to work as a snack and you wanna put some berries and stuff on the top of that, okay, a tiny bit of cinnamon and maple syrup goes a long way as far as making it really sweet. These are really expensive in the store. If you get chia seed juice, or those little, you know, shaker things, they're really expensive in the store. And this is like less than $1 to make at home, but I think they're $3 or $4. So you're gonna let it sit overnight. If you have a chance, like, you know, say you put it in overnight, you're not ready to eat it yet, you know, stir it up. Or if you made it earlier in the day, because every once in a while, little bits of the chia seed will kind of clump, okay? But anyway, that's it. It's gonna be this great, fun, it kind of looks like the top of, if you've ever had sushi, like the raw eggs, that's kind of the consistency you're going for, okay? And if you can handle that consistency, it's good, okay? The biggest thing is the color is like a little bit brown or gray. So if you put some strawberries, blueberries, raspberries in, full of omega-3s, full of energy for your body, low in calories, and there's no processed food, so it's really, really great, okay? I hope this will be a new healthy breakfast or snack for you. Thanks for joining me. Have a healthy week.